Hi, this is Evita Duffy here with the Federalist, and this is my friend Michael. We went back for a second round of live reporting in Kenosha, Wisconsin. It was the day after the fourth night of rioting in the wake of the shooting of Jacob Blake. We first went to uptown Kenosha, which was hit the hardest by the rioting. We witnessed, the stores and shops just absolutely burnt to the ground or gutted, lots of broken glass, windows. And one of the first businesses that we walked into was a tiny little barber shop where this really sweet woman agreed to talk with us. Her business was one of the few that was spared, although she was surrounded by absolute catastrophe. And she was adamant that the rioting was not done by people from Kenosha. She is convinced that people outside of the city came in and did this to their community. And that was a running theme that we noticed from almost everyone that we talked to, who agreed that it was people from outside the city that were doing this. One of the people that we talked to that was really interesting was a man and his daughter, and he said that he had just come back from talking to the son of a store owner who was just distraught, and the two of them actually cried together as they were looking at the totally burnt down shop. And so he was walking back from visiting this friend of his with his young daughter, and he also was saying how this is not people from Kenosha, this is people from somewhere else that are coming in and doing this to our community. And it was really, it was sad, it was heartbreaking. And so then we walked to downtown Kenosha, and we saw some more positive things. So downtown was hit less hard than uptown was. There was still some breaking into, some broken glass, not as much arson, which was good. And they said a community organization started this spread love. What was their slogan called? Oh, love is the answer. Love is the answer. And so they were painting over all of the BLM graffiti that people had written over the plywood that businesses had put in front of their buildings. So there was a lot of really political statements, obviously mostly BLM type rhetoric. And so they were painting over it and writing slogans that were about positivity and love and peace, and just and it was actually crazy the amount of people that we saw that were out volunteering, giving out free food and free drinks, water, lemonade, Subways. Like it was a community-wide effort, and people were just sick of the hatred and the frustration. There was frustration, of course, for people who just agreed that the shooting of Jacob Blake was racially charged. There were people that thought that. There were people who didn't. But almost nobody that we talked to really said that the violence was okay, and nobody felt like the people who were doing it were from Kenosha. And so the community really came together, no matter what you thought about the situation, to help out the businesses who were affected, and to really show their support for them, because nobody blames them. Nobody thought that they deserved that. So yeah, it was an interesting day. Definitely a lot safer than going at night, which was good. We also, as we were leaving uptown, we passed by the courthouse, which if you saw the videos in the last few nights, was a place that protesters were trying to get into. They had it blocked off with law enforcement, protecting the building, and congregating there in the early afternoon were BLM organizers from multiple vehicles with actually slogans like BLM on the back of their car, written in the windshield.
And no license plates on the vehicles.
Yes, no license plates. And so the main van was like this big black kind of beat up vehicle, and it had stuff like a cob on it. What else did it have?
Black
BLM, the revolution. So that and names of people who were like unarmed black men who, you know, were shot, like just multiple names of people. Breonna Taylor's name was written on it. So men and women. So that was on this kind of beat up van with this I don't know, odd looking mural on it. And so these people were coming out and organizing with signs and waters, and you know, the general consensus from the community was, we don't want people here. I mean, one of the women said, like, leave. Like, if you're not from Kenosha, stop. Go back home. Like, we don't want you here. Like, that was what we were hearing the most of. And so when I went to go talk to them, I said that. Do you guys know that, you know, the people of Kenosha don't want outsiders coming in and rioting and demonstrating like this? And they said we know. They agreed.
That they really didn't care.
Yeah, they didn't care. They said, this is the earth and we can be here if we want to, kind of thing, which was, I mean, it's definitely a statement. Like, they're unwanted and they know it, but they're gonna come anyways. And so yes, that was a frustrating thing to see, I think, for us. And we're not even, I mean, we're from Wisconsin, but we're not from Kenosha, so I can't even imagine what people there are thinking. You know, they're trying to rebuild. That's what they said. They said, we're trying to rebuild. Like, just stop. Like, we don't need outsiders coming in and rioting like this. So that happened. So it was a good day. We saw a lot of really positive things. Definitely some frustrating things. And I'm hoping that maybe these out-of-staters will get the hint. By the way, they wouldn't tell us where they were from, because obviously they weren't from Kenosha. They refused to say. We asked, where are you guys from? And he was like, what does it matter? It doesn't matter where we're from. So hopefully, you know, these guys from out of state will get the hint. But, you know, they're still there, so
I doubt it.
Yeah, you can only hope.